So when I do my TikToks, I can do it here. Hello. New advancements in Rachel's journeys. I could probably do a lot of vlogging from this angle, but oh my gosh. Ow, 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 ow. Alright guys, hey, I'm currently stopped at the bank. I need to make a run, and then I'm planning on editing a lot of videos because I know that I've promised you guys part 2 to the Tahoe trip vlog, and I never finished it. And if I'm honest, quarantine has been so much. It's been a lot. I'm gonna go make a stop to the bank, and then I will continue to explain. Hey! Okay, cool. So now that that's done, that was an errand that I wanted to run after work. And if you guys don't know, I have been able to have the awesome privilege of working with a little girl. Well, I want to be a teacher, so this is perfect experience for me. I get to sit with her in class, and then afterwards I help her do her work. And she has some learning disabilities, so it's kind of cool to be able to sit and work with her and basically teach her from the ground up. It's really cool being able to see, one, just what it's like working with a student, figuring out different ways that people learn. So it's really cool. It's been an awesome experience. But yeah, so I had to go take care of some things at the bank. I wanted to make some goals for my 2021. And yeah, a lot of it has to do with just life management. I am 20 years old and I'm in the middle of a pandemic. I'm also in the middle of doing online community college. So it's been a lot. One, it's been a lot for just maintaining the motivation to, one, care enough to really put my all into my school, because it's really hard for me to connect. I mean, I have always had a lot of trouble in school. Overall, being able to focus in class has always been a challenge. And it was always noticed by my mom, by my teachers. It was always she can't stay focused long enough to complete the assignment. A matter of concentration, a matter of not being able to maintain focus on a task or a series of tasks. And all of that was really mainly lack of motivation. So yeah, I feel like I can relate a lot to this girl, because a lot of it is just the attention, right? Doing school online and not being able to really interact with what I'm learning or interact with a human being, or ask my questions or just stay engaged. That's honestly what helps me in school so much. It's been such a challenge to maintain focus on school, maintain the motivation. I moved from a home in Whittier to temporarily living at the house that my grandmother owned after she passed away, while we remodeled the house and fix it up so that we can sell it and put it on the market. That has been emotionally very draining for me when we learned that the house that I grew up in, the house my mom grew up in, the house that we always had every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, the house that really just united our family, was gonna be sold. That was a lot for our family. It was also really stressful having to deal with everyone. I'm also grieving the loss of my grandma. So that's been a lot, having to think about the idea of losing the home that she was in, she lived in, and the house that has always felt like home to me. My grandmother dressed me in the morning. She took me to school, myself and my brother. So a big part of my childhood is there on that street, is there in that house, but also losing a part of my memories with my brother. I've also been dealing with a lot of mental health issues. I hate calling it that, but yeah, I've just been working a lot on my mental health. A lot of it was pandemic related, just being alone with my thoughts, or just life in general, just not being at a place I want to be. Obviously that's putting a lot of pressure on myself. And then I also like isolated myself a lot, which is always not healthy for me. I'm still learning, still learning what being a girlfriend is like, and having to experience most of our new relationship in quarantine has been really hard. Yeah, also just up and down emotions. I mean, being able to experience almost like having siblings, because my cousins lived right around the corner from us. It was almost like I was able to experience what it's like having siblings again, because I was always with them. I hung out with them. They came over at random times just to hang out, which was really cool. I felt like I could like take care of them. I got to pick them up and take them places, which I never got to do with my brother. So yeah, that has been a lot of what's going on in my life. So I decided that 2020, I was gonna make so many goals. I'm not trying to do some like New Year's resolution that I would give up halfway on, but instead I am really looking forward to working on myself. The first one, and maybe not the easiest, but the most tangible, is just money. I want to be better with my finances, and that means taking control of what I have, so I can begin to understand money a lot more and ultimately have a better perspective, a healthier perspective of money. That's the first one. The second one would be I want to work on my relationship with God. My focus for this year is just going to be to surrender. I have had a lot of things in my life that have thrown me for a loop, whether that was, when I was younger and so just kind of feeling out of place, or if it was middle school, we moved, just a lot of inconsistency in my life. We moved a few times. We've been in and out of the hospital with my brother, and then after my brother passed, I had to change high schools like 3 times in a year. My grandmother passed. We've moved into my grandmother's house. Right now, as of right now, I don't know where we're gonna move to, my family and I. We don't know where we're gonna move to. Talking to my boyfriend, and he encouraged me to pray and give it to God, and in that way just be surrendered to God, surrendered to what he has for me, not having to control it all, because sometimes I feel like I need to take matters into my own hands because life hasn't gotten so great when I felt out of control. But I think a lot of it is just my perspective. I need to rely on God and trust in his will, no matter what it is. So that's the second. And I definitely want to take hold of my creative side, being consistent with YouTube, posting videos regularly instead of falling off the wagon and getting distracted or letting my insecurity just take over. A lot of why I didn't stay consistent with YouTube was because I felt really insecure, honestly. This is dumb. This is stupid. Why am I even doing this? I don't have a good enough personality. Man, I could just sit here and do a whole TED Talk forever. All of this talking. Blah, 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 blah. So I have a friend. I'm going to link her shop in the description, but she has an Etsy shop called, I think it's the Little Onion Shop. I could be wrong. But she's awesome. I've had a few conversations with her. I don't know her too well, but I mean, we went to the same preteen camp when we were younger, youth camp. And I've followed her on Instagram, but she has this product called the Better Budgeting Binder. And yeah, it just sounds really cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to start using this idea of having like a budget and allowance for myself and using cash for those things. And then of course, whatever I save, I can put it into my savings. But then I don't have to feel guilty if I spend what is there, because my boyfriend actually, shout out, he was talking about guilt-free spending. He has an allotted amount that he can spend guilt-free, so if he uses all of it, there's no shame, because that's what he allowed himself to spend. And we'll see how this goes. Obviously, life is going to change, so if I have to change around what works for me, I will. I'm super excited for this year, for this new year. I have some pretty great friends. Rick from Adventure Outline, he's helped me a lot in seeing that I can do these things. Okay. So can I just make a confession? I suck at parking. Anyway, so I just got home. All of that being said, I have a lot of support, and I wanted to come on here and say that, one, hi, I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I'm still here, and I still have every intention to continue with this YouTube channel. I'm grateful if you guys are watching this and still haven't given up on me. Yeah, shout out to Adventure Outline. I'll link his channel in the description. Please, please, please follow him. Give his page a lot of love. He posts a lot of videos about adventure, so if you're into that, go check out his page. He has been doing this for a while, and I'm just getting started doing YouTube and doing vlogging and all that stuff. So he's definitely built my confidence up. His latest video, we were doing winter camping in the snow. This is the first time I've ever done that, and we got to talk about vlogging, and I am really grateful for people like him to inspire me to keep going, to encourage me to not give up on, you know, what motivated me in the first place. So if you're watching this, I am so glad that you got to the end of this video. I will briefly show you guys if I got my better budgeting binder. It came in. I'm super excited about it. One, it's my favorite color. It's this cute little purple. There's also a little pocket for any paper, receipts, or anything like that. But yeah, so let's get to it. This is my first little pouch. She makes it customizable, so you can label each section of what you want it to say. Again, link her shop in the description. Her name is Amber, and give her lots of love. If you want to try this better budgeting, then come join me. Love you guys. Thank you for all your support and continuing to stick with me in all of this. And through all of this, be strong, be brave, be fearless. You're never alone. Love you guys. I've heard this. LOL, there's a cop. And I've definitely gotten a ticket on this street before. Anyways. Swerved into my lane, rude. Rude. While we